Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, June 16th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple quick clarifications. Number one, the price you see over here will be changing, and then the candlestick you see right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, NKLA, the big movement continues, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line there. And what I want to do is extend this line out because this was a level of resistance going into today, and a foundational rule in charting is that when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, they tend to act as support, and we actually have a beautiful example of that. So gapped up, pulled back during the opening 30 minutes, and look right where it decided to bounce off of. That former resistance area there, and then made a huge move to the upside. So for anybody that caught that, congratulations to you. Now, this is where things get a little difficult to talk about, because I understand if you're a day trader, scalper, flipper, and you got FOMO and you were buying up around here and your plan when you bought was, scalping and out within a few minutes. Well, from that perspective, the chart looks really, really bad from that angle, because yes, there's been a big pullback. However, assuming that is not you, assuming you care about the bigger picture point of view, even with the bigger pullback, the upwards trend, as you can see here, is still very much so in the upwards direction. So preferably speaking, as long as the price stays above that green line, the chart is looking very, very powerful. In terms of areas of resistance, if there is any sort of attempted bounce back up, key level of resistance now at this point going to be right up there at that $1.60 mark. But all in all, very, very impressive move, and the trend continues. Next, MULN, very popular stock out there that's been getting beat down, but now it's become very, very interesting. Reason number one, very, very large volume today, well above average. And the next is the price has actually now started to get a nice upward slope to it. Now, let me be very clear, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because the price has an upward slope to it after dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping does not mean, oh, for sure that guaranteed this is the bottom, for sure guaranteed this is going to be some sort of massive reversal. If only it were that easy. But is it at least plausible? Is it at least rational to start to throw out there the idea that, hey, you know what? Maybe this downwards move is over, and maybe this thing is getting ready to head back up. Yeah, that is certainly a plausible question to throw out there, and that's what a watch list is all about. To find unique, to find interesting situations, and not rush out and randomly start buying stuff, but to watch it and observe and see how it plays out. So is this the start of something bigger? Is this the start of a reversal? That's a big question. But if you like penny stocks and if you like these sorts of scenarios, then I definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, BOIL, an ETF that is quite popular, and when it gets moving, it can get moving very, very quickly, and it's always good, solid volume. So, I mean, from a liquidity standpoint, always a nice one to keep an eye on if you like this price range down below $5. But big movement today, nice little pattern has formed. So let's get this pattern mapped out. Top of the pattern resistance right there at $3.16, and then bottom part of the pattern, this trend line right here, let me change that to green to represent more so the support of things. It's going to be that ideal level of support. And then to make the pattern easier to see, let's just keep it one color now. So resistance, support, big explosive move right there. For you golfers out there, we'll make it more visual, put the golf hole down here. So this will be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's bullish does not mean for sure guaranteed it will go up. But again, is it plausible? Is it valid to think that if the price can push up through that level, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible outcome. Next one, CAVA, which was an IPO that just started trading today. So that is why when you look this way, you see nothing. And literally today was the first day that it started to trade. And a good, solid IPO, actually. Nice, respectable volume, a whole lot of volatility. A lot of the IPOs lately have been completely garbage from a trading standpoint. This one actually had very, very solid volatility. So I think there will probably be a lot of people watching it. So worth mapping out some levels of resistance and support. So first level of resistance, in my opinion, a lot of people have drawn that trend line right there. And when a lot of people have drawn the same lines and therefore are watching those same lines, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. So as I've said already, are there guarantees? No, but is it plausible if the price can work its way back up to that trend line and then get a push up through it, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a potential plausible outcome. So if you like to play more so breakouts, keep an eye on that. And then if you like to play more so bounces and pullbacks, definitely an interesting level on the chart was down here around that $40 mark, 40, 50-ish mark. I was watching it earlier on, and there was just a whole bunch of buyers on that bid, and you can see that the price, if had you seen the level twos, it makes sense why the price should kind of chop around this area the way that it did. But overall, like I said, if you're looking to play more so pullbacks and down around that $40 mark, very interesting level. But like I said, if you're more so a breakout player, then in my opinion, that trend line is going to be one that lots of other traders are watching. Next one here, AMC, and the pullback continues. This will mean a bit more to those of you that watched the video previously, but got that trend line in place, and you can see that price was still below it. Now, what makes this interesting is last 30 minutes, you can see the price is actually getting in within the range of that trend line, which brings about a question of, can the price get enough buyers to push up through that trend line? Now, even if it does, I wouldn't get too excited because not that far away after that is going to be that purple line there, 50-period moving average, which you can see right there has already acted as resistance. Current value of that is at 486. So like I said, don't get me wrong. Now, breaking that trend line is a good thing. I'm just saying I wouldn't get too overexcited about it because not that far away, you have a key level of resistance right there. And then as far as supports, the level that you would want to see hold as support did indeed, and that is that pink line there, the very famous 200-period moving average. So good to see that the price at least found some buyers there before bouncing, had the price come down there and kept on bleeding. That would have been a really bad sign. But the 200-period moving average did indeed produce some buyers, which, like I said, doesn't guarantee anything, but at least makes things a little bit more hopeful than maybe what things have been over the past couple of days. But no doubt about it, third day of the downtrend. So maybe Friday is the magical day where we get this thing, kind of turned back around. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency, to manage risk, then definitely get signed up. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box, or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage. Now, one special note, it is a genuine live event. So a couple scenarios. Maybe you're somebody like me, you're really busy. I mean, I have 5 kids, I understand. Maybe you already have something on your schedule tonight, you can't make it. Maybe you're watching this Friday morning and you completely missed it. Go ahead, drop me an email, clay@claytrader.com, because the event will be recorded. So after I get it recorded and uploaded, then I'd be happy to send you a replay link to it so that you can check it out. But if you can make it live, then get signed up and I'll see you here in just a few hours. Next one, FFIE, another penny stock and another good solid pattern here. So once again, not trying to impress anybody, but you got to think that a lot of people have drawn something very similar to this and are watching the same pattern, which once again reintroduces that talking topic of potential self-fulfilling prophecies. So let me get these levels mapped out here, and we can keep an eye on it. And again, let's make it one color. So resistance, support, big upwards move here, golf down here, have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So if you like bull pennants, you like penny stocks, then I'd certainly keep an eye on it. Next, NIO, and very, very nice move. Once again, got the breakout through this trend line that I drew a couple days ago, and then today just got that much more continuation. So NIO has officially come back to life. Pretty crazy to think that just a couple days ago, this thing was down here, in the 760s, and now it's, pushing potentially $10 in just a few days. So I'll go ahead and get rid of these lines as they've served their purpose for now, and we'll get some new levels updated here. Now, what I am curious about is this former area of resistance right here. You can see that trend line was actually very impactful. So what I'm curious about is, can this and will it still act as a support moving forward? Because again, the price is above it now as from resistance, so this would be what I'd consider a level of support now. And that'd be more the ideal level, meaning what would make the chart look the strongest. Definitely if the price stays above there. But from a big picture point of view, as long as the price stays above that purple line there, 50-period moving average, then the overall trend remains fully in the bull's favor. As far as levels of resistance, nothing fancy here, just a question of where did the party finally stop today. And that was up there at $9.90. Several times the price got rejected right around that area. So again, nothing fancy there, but always good to see that when you have those clear-cut levels, you can once again potentially get some self-fulfilling prophecy type breakouts. But yeah, NIO, popular stock. The uptrend continues. Next one, AI. And first off, let me get the update made because yes, the price came up here, had a very good day as it broke up through that area of resistance and then got an even further continuation from there. So we once again got to do the updates. Resistances now tend to act as support. So right here, newest level moving forward, $45. But as I just talked about, that'd be the ideal level. I mean, what would make the chart look the best, the strongest, if the price can stay above 45. But if the price does not, doesn't mean that chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that, because again, still have that purple line down here, 50-period moving average. So as that line moves higher and higher, as long as the price stays above there, if you want to in fact envision that as a trend line, then that means that the overall trend is fully in the bull's favor. As far as areas of resistance are concerned, once again, very, very clear cut. At $48 has presented all sorts of problems today. rejection, slight break above it, and then all of a sudden momentum disappeared, and then rejection. So $48 is going to be one of those levels that everybody and their brother's uncle is watching from a breakout standpoint. So keep an eye on that. And then just from a quick pattern perspective, resistance, support, nice move there. So nice little bull flag pattern. But all in all, the big picture uptrend continues. Next one, TSLA, Tesla, and overall, not a whole lot happened in terms of, higher highs or anything like that. Just consolidation day. With that being said, looking deeper into it, when you consider everything that the price actually gapped down, opened here, went down a little bit, and then look at that opening 30 minutes. Just kidding, and then ripped. Essentially straight up during that the opening 30 minutes, another green candle, and then just started to go sideways again. So when I say nothing really happened, all I mean is that where the price closed, if you bring that back here, it basically closed right in the middle of this range. So big picture perspective, yeah, it's still in the middle of the range. Nothing actually happened. But yes, intraday, a whole lot happened. It was a very impressive bounce this morning, which I think really just goes to show Tesla's still got plenty of strength in it. It just really refuses to go down. So it seems as though there's plenty of people still interested in it that, definitely bought up that gap. But from a, just technical point of view, nothing's really changed from that angle, meaning the price is still between these two levels here, 251 support, and then up there at the 260 mark area of resistance. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ. So if you believe the NASDAQ market is going to rise as a whole, this one will also rise. It just biggest difference is it just allows you access at a much lower price point. So very popular among traders. And yeah, nice day today for the NASDAQ. Therefore, this one had a nice day. Absolutely shattered this area of resistance right here. So that now becomes our newest area of support moving forward. So going into the day, that level right there at $40.30 was a level of resistance. This is now going to be the level of support. I'll go ahead and get rid of that. But as I've continued to talk about, not the biggest deal if the price drops below that level, because you still do have that purple line there, 50-period moving average, which is moving very nicely. And as I mentioned earlier, if you envision this as a trend line, I mean, just a trend line that's drawing itself for you, looking beautiful, and the price is doing a great job of staying up above it. In terms of new levels of resistance, key battleground now going to be right up there at that round number of essentially the $42 mark. So keep an eye on that, and nothing fancy there. That's just a question of, well, where did the party finally stop today? And it did finally stop right up there at 42. So keep an eye on that. But overall, the NASDAQ market remains in a very, very strong upwards move. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to get signed up for the class. It'll be this evening, Thursday, June 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But as I mentioned earlier, if you can't make it for whatever reason, go ahead and send me an email to clay@claytrade.com. And I'd be happy to send you a link to the recording. But again, it is a genuine live event. So the event first does need to happen. Then I got to get it uploaded, and then I can get it sent to you. So I thank you for your patience in advance. But like I said, if you can't make it live, then definitely get signed up. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do two things for me. Hit the like button. Leave a comment below. Say hi. Tell me what you traded today. Tell me what you're watching tomorrow. Those things help out the channel, help out the videos. And as long as I know people are enjoying these top 10s, I will continue to do them. And you can communicate that to me very easily by hitting that like button and leaving a basic comment below. So thanks for watching. Get signed up for that class or drop me an email.